Most people think that once puberty ends, their height is completely fixed, that if your growth palettes are closed, that's it. But what a lot of people don't realize is that posture can dramatically affect how tall you actually appear. Not because you're magically growing a new bone, but because your body might be compressing your height without you even realizing it. In my case, fixing one major issue made a massive difference. It's anterior pelvic tilt. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that is, why most people have it, and the routine that helped me correcting. No tricks, no miracle claims, just a simple system that you can actually apply. Look around anywhere today. Most people sit for hours every day. We sit at our desks, we sit in cars, we sit on our phones, and over time this creates a chain reaction in the body. Your hip flexors get tight, your glutes become inactive, and your lower back starts overarching, and your pelvis slowly tilts forward. This is what's called anterior pelvic tilt. When this happens, your posture isn't stacked properly anymore. Your spine compensates, your ribs flare forward, and your head drifts forward, and the entire structure of your body becomes less efficient. Many people end up walking around slightly compressed without even realizing it. What anterior pelvic tilt actually does is when the pelvis tilts forward, a few things starts happening. First, the lower back becomes overextended. Second, the muscles that are supposed to stabilize the pelvis, mainly the glutes and core, stop doing their job properly. Instead, the hip flexors and lower back take over. This imbalance pulls the body out of the alignment. And once that happens, your posture begins to collapse in small ways over time. You may notice a big arch in your lower back, your stomach pushing forward, tight hips when standing upright, and difficulty keeping your shoulders and head aligned. For some people the difference is small, for others it's huge. But the important point is this: if the pelvis isn't positioned correctly, the rest of the body can't stack properly. Approach that worked for me is simple. It follows 3 steps: release, stretch, and strengthen. Think of it like resting the body. You first remove the tension that's locking everything in place. Then you lengthen the muscles that become too tight. And finally you strengthen the muscles that are supposed to hold your posture. So step 1 is release tension. The first step is releasing tension stored in the fascia and muscles. Fascia is a layer of connective tissue that runs through your body. When it becomes tight or dehydrated, it can restrict movement and prevent muscles from activating correctly. A simple way to address this is a self-myofascial release. You can use something like a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. Then you roll slowly across the areas like the glutes, hamstrings, calves, lower back, and upper back. Spend about 10 minutes total loosening these areas. The goal isn't to cause pain, it's just to reduce the tension that prevents proper movement. Step 2 is to stretch the tight muscles. Once tension is reduced, the next step is stretching the muscles that tend to become tight with anterior pelvic tilt. The most important ones are hip flexors, quadriceps, lower back muscles. One of the best stretches is the half kneeling hip flexor stretch. You kneel on one knee, place the other foot forward and gently shift your hips forward while keeping your core engaged. You should feel the stretch in the front of the hip, not in the lower back. Hold this position for around 30 to 60 seconds per side. Another helpful stretch is the quad wall stretch, which targets the front of the thigh. And finally, you can add child pose to relax the lower back and spine. You don't need dozens of stretches, you just need a few done consistently. Step 3 now is to strengthen the right muscles. Once the tight muscles are relaxed, the final step is strengthening the muscles that stabilize the pelvis. The 2 most important areas are the glutes and the core. A simple but effective exercise is the glute bridge. You lay on your back with your knees bent and lift your hips upward while squeezing your glutes. Focus on control rather than speed. The goal is to rebuild the mind-muscle connection. Another great exercise is the dead bug, which helps strengthen the core while maintaining a neutral spine. Both exercises help retain the body to hold the pelvis in a healthier position. The most important thing is that exercises alone won't fix your posture if your daily habits stays the same. You also need to become aware of how you move throughout the day. That means that sitting with better alignment, avoiding constant slouching, standing with your pelvis neutral, and engaging your core lightly when upright. Small adjustments repeated daily make the biggest difference. Posture is not a one-time fix, it's a habit your body learns over time. Correcting your posture won't magically transform your body overnight. But when you start aligning your body properly, everything begins working more efficiently. You move better, you breathe better, and your posture naturally improves. Consistency is what matters the most. If you apply these steps regularly, over a few months, you'll likely notice significant changes in how your body feels and moves. And if you want the full routines and deeper explanations and the step-by-step programs, you can join the school community by clicking the first link in the description. That's where I break everything down in the detail and answer questions from the community. And remember, health shows in posture, and posture shows in appearance.